The judge in the It Ends With Us case just denied Blake
Times for participating with Blake Lively's publicist.
Surprised to see Amber Heard's lawyer, Elaine Bredehoff, crawling out of the sewer to defend Blake.
Blake Lively has suddenly vanished from the spotlight. No posts, no paparazzi shots, not even a red carpet whisper. Fans are asking, is she hiding out, or is something far darker happening behind the scenes? Industry insiders claim this isn't just another celebrity break. Hollywood is on edge, and the truth behind Blake's disappearance is far more explosive than anyone imagined. Brace yourself, the revelation that's coming could change everything.
Today's story, Simple Favor 2 director Paul Feig is coming to Blake Lively's defense against the legal battle. I'm her biggest fan. Filmmaker called Lively the best and an amazing collaborator, as another Simple Favor is picked up to open South by Southwest 2025. He's once again defending his star. Let's be honest, he's doing this. One, maybe he did have a good relationship with Blake. Who knows? Maybe he knows how to let Blake take control of his movie. That said, Paul Feig's a more established director. He's done a lot of big comedies and stuff. Maybe Blake let him do it. I don't know. But he's got to have this movie perform. This new movie is coming out. It's been promoted on Instagram. A lot of interesting comments. They kept the comments open. Who came just for the comments? There we are. How involved are Blake's dragons in this one? Did Ryan rewrite a scene? Did Blake refuse to work unless her name was slightly higher than Anna's? Interesting point. Came straight to the comments. Produced, written, directed, probably starring Blake Lively. Weird timing to promote this movie. Thoughts and prayers to Anna Kendrick. If you guys saw the first A Simple Favor, I did actually find it fun. Anna Kendrick is the star. She's the best character in it. And Blake Lively, it feels like, is just playing herself. It is shocking how similar these are. Of course, Jamie Lynn Spears likes this. Of course she would. The toxic Britney Spears sister has got to be out there to get involved anytime she can. I'm sure she feels for Blake. People are so mean. Anyway, that's all right. He's out there supporting her because he's got a film to promote. And many Instagram users are asking, is it Paul Feig's cut or Blake's cut? It's my cut, he replied. There is no other cut. Blake has been nothing but supportive and a dream to work with. She is the best and amazing collaborator, and I'm her biggest fan. Just wanted to clear that up. I love that he chimed into an actual comment. Which cut is it? It's actually mine. There's no other cut. I love that he's making that clear. And I wonder if Paul's like seeing and upset that she didn't let Justin have a cut. I don't know. He probably knows more than we do, or at least based on what Blake has told him. But there it is. Now, Paul Feig is stepping up. Look, I can't be mad at this. It makes sense. He's got his movie. He needs to do well. It better be better than this one. My God, I'm not even sexist hating this because it's women. I love these women. These women are hilarious. And that movie was not hilarious. How many wonton jokes you going to do, Melissa McCarthy? Oh my God. 4 of the funniest people, and it was so unfunny. Oh, anyway, don't get me started. Let's go.
Blake. Lively's sudden disappearance has everyone asking the same question. What really happened? Not long ago, she was everywhere, lighting up red carpets, charming audiences on talk shows, and dominating every social feed with her flawless image. She wasn't just a Hollywood star, she was a cultural force. But now, silence. No appearances, no posts, no trace. Something shifted. And the reason behind her vanishing might be far more unsettling than anyone's letting on. For years, Blake Lively was the epitome of modern Hollywood visibility. Flawless on red carpets, effortlessly charming in interviews, and a social media favorite. But now she's gone completely dark. No new Instagram posts, no paparazzi sightings, no public appearances. One day she was glowing at a high-profile charity gala in New York City. Her gown dazzling, her smile camera-ready, her speech heartfelt and moving. Everything that night screamed classic Blake. Yet soon after, she vanished without a trace. At first, it seemed harmless. Celebrities often take breaks, digital detoxes, or disappear for private family time. But as the silence stretched from days to weeks, and weeks into months, quiet curiosity turned into growing concern. Fans began to flood the internet with questions. Where's Blake? Is she okay? Did something happen? Naturally, the online world spun its web of wild theories. Some are convinced she's pregnant and hiding from the spotlight. Others whisper about a secret film project cloaked in total confidentiality. But the truth, according to what our sources uncovered, may be far more complicated and far more explosive. What if Blake Lively's so-called retreat isn't about rest at all? what if it's a carefully crafted cover for something much bigger? Something Hollywood isn't ready to talk about yet. According to someone close to the actress, Blake is laying low on purpose. And it's not a vacation nor an attempt to dodge paparazzi. She's protecting herself and possibly her entire family from something big. What could possibly drive one of Hollywood's most adored stars into hiding? On the surface, she has it all: a thriving career, a loving family, and an immaculate public image. But our insider suggests that what's looming over Blake has the potential to unravel everything she's built. And the deeper we dug, the clearer it became. This silence wasn't random. It was deliberate. Before her disappearance, subtle warning signs had already started surfacing. Brand deals tied to her lifestyle empire suddenly went quiet. Collaborations that were weeks away from being announced were abruptly canceled. Industry friends and partners began pulling back, without explanation, as if some silent alarm had sounded in Hollywood. Then came the real shocker. A former employee from Blake's lifestyle brand came forward. Their words sent chills down our spines. While careful not to expose too much, they hinted at legal trouble simmering beneath the surface. Allegations of questionable business practices and possible internal investigations already underway. If these whispers are true, Blake's sudden vanishing act may not be about privacy at all, but about survival. Blake's disappearance may be less about privacy and more about survival, a strategic move to stay one step ahead of a scandal that could tear through her career like wildfire. So why hasn't any of this gone public yet? We have a theory. Powerful people are working overtime to keep it buried. Blake Lively isn't just a beloved actress, she's an empire. Her name fuels millions in investments, production ventures, endorsements, and partnerships that stretch across fashion, tech, and media. A single scandal wouldn't just damage her reputation, it could collapse an entire network of brands and collaborators built around her image. And that's where things turn even darker. Our source claims there are key players behind the scenes, individuals with deep pockets and even deeper influence, who are quietly pulling strings to delay, distort, or completely suppress the truth. The longer Blake remains hidden, the more time they have to control the narrative, manage the fallout, or perhaps make it disappear altogether. So the question remains, is Blake Lively simply taking a break from fame? Or is she standing at the center of a storm about to erupt? One thing's certain, this isn't a typical celebrity hiatus. Something's happening behind the curtain, and the silence surrounding it is louder than any headline. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over.
What happened in this case in big picture is Blake Lively makes a private complaint of sexual harassment to Baldoni and the other individuals in the middle of the filming, saying, let's get it right and let's be professional for the rest of this filming. What Baldoni does is he goes out and hires the same PR firm that Depp hired to eviscerate Amber.
Sorry, I have to pause. That is so factually incorrect, Elaine. You've skipped so many steps that have been proven in the evidence just so you can once again defend Amber. Oh my God, girl! There was a point there. I'm going to share. Runkle said it best. I had sympathy for her, assuming it was her providing the dumb, but no, she's a well of it. He's right on. Of all the times to tell a reporter I have no involvement in this case, haven't been following it, have my own busy practice, I have no comments, this was one of the biggest times to do that, and she couldn't do that because she has to make it about herself. And she's about to spout even more nonsense.
And again, it was to attack and eviscerate Blake Lively. And you see some of the text messages that the New York Times uncovered where these PR people were saying that they were planting false stories. They were very proud of the fact, they said Justin Baldoni wanted to bury her, and they said they can bury her, and they were
Justin actually never said that, Elaine.
Very, very proud of the fact that this would all be untraceable in the social media. And in fact,
the social media on the internet, you know.
In fact, Blake Lively was harmed. Her reputation was hurt. She suffered damage as a result of this. Why would he do that if, in fact, this was all false? Why wouldn't he keep it quiet? They have no...
Why didn't he just keep quiet when she alleged all this awful stuff that wasn't true about him? It doesn't make any sense.
Motive to bring this out because they want the film to succeed. So that's the first big picture. So she finds out he's doing this. She files the complaint. He turns around and retaliates, which, you know, I'll talk about the anti-slap here, but you're talking about this website where he puts all his on. Remember context.
The website he put legal documents that are now public to anybody.
There's always context. But New York, as does Florida, they have anti-SLAPP litigation, and New York has really strengthened theirs. If you retaliate, like Justin Baldoni has here with his lawsuit, because she has spoken out on a matter of public concern, which certainly sexual harassment is, he is in danger of getting his...
Blake Lively, caught in a legal firestorm. The shocking truth behind her sudden disappearance is finally coming to light. Hold on tight, because what we've just uncovered is nothing short of explosive. For weeks, Blake's mysterious absence from the public eye had fans spinning every theory imaginable, from secret pregnancies to undercover film projects. But now, after a deep dive into recent court filings, our investigative team has discovered something that changes everything. Hidden in those documents was a name that stopped us cold: Blake Lively. That's right, the Hollywood darling isn't just hiding from the paparazzi. She's allegedly dodging a court summons. And this isn't some minor legal hiccup. According to what we found, this case has the power to shatter reputations and derail entire careers. While we can't release every detail just yet, trust us, this is bad. The kind of bad that sends PR teams into panic mode overnight. Sources tell us Blake's inner circle is scrambling to contain what's quickly becoming a full-blown crisis. But the truth is, they may be fighting a losing battle, because what's coming is bigger than a few bad headlines. So what exactly is going on here? Insiders reveal that Blake isn't just missing, she's actively avoiding legal action. That's right, she's allegedly been evading a formal court summons. And according to legal experts we spoke with, that move is both highly unusual and dangerously risky. Whatever she's running from, it's catching up fast. One legal expert we spoke with put it bluntly: avoiding a court summons doesn't solve the problem, it amplifies it. It sends a message, intentional or not, that you have something to hide. Which leads to the obvious question: what could possibly be so damaging that Blake Lively, Hollywood's queen of poise and PR perfection, would choose to disappear rather than face it head-on? To find out, we need to rewind. In the weeks before her sudden disappearance, quiet red flags began waving around Blake's lifestyle brand. Partnerships that once dominated headlines started dissolving without explanation. Contracts that were nearly finalized were abruptly canceled. The industry, once eager to align with her, suddenly turned cold. At the time, no one knew why. But now, the pieces are starting to fit. A former employee from Blake's company told us there were serious internal issues, whispers of questionable financial practices, misleading product claims, and mounting tension behind the scenes. Those whispers, it seems, have evolved into formal allegations. Allegations of fraud, breach of contract, false advertising, and financial mismanagement. All serious enough to land her in deep legal trouble. And the fallout could extend far beyond Blake herself. Sources close to the couple say the stress is bleeding into her marriage, with tension reportedly rising between Blake and Ryan Reynolds as the pressure intensifies. But here's where things get even darker. Multiple insiders claim the lawsuit may have been triggered by someone close to Blake, someone who knows her operations inside and out. This isn't just a bitter ex-employee or a rival brand. This is someone with intimate access, someone who knows where the secrets are buried, and they're ready to talk. The allegations are devastating. They strike directly at Blake's carefully curated image as America's sweetheart, threatening to rewrite her public identity entirely. We're hearing whispers of internal cover-ups, financial irregularities, and strategic decisions made behind closed doors. Choices that could be seen as deceptive at best, and criminal at worst. So why is all of this bubbling to the surface now? According to our sources, it all ties back to those brand deals that mysteriously collapsed. We believe several of Blake's corporate partners caught wind of the brewing scandal long before the public did, and quietly backed away to avoid being dragged into the fallout. Now, as the legal machine begins to turn, Blake's silence speaks louder than words. Let's be clear, avoiding a court summons isn't just a PR strategy, it's a legal offense. The longer Blake remains off the grid, the more questions she invites. Innocent people don't vanish. They confront the storm. They stand their ground. But Blake? She's nowhere to be found. This is no longer a celebrity rumor mill. It's a high-stakes legal drama unfolding in real time. And if things don't change soon, Blake Lively could see her name shift from Hollywood icon to courtroom headline. Stay tuned, because the next chapter in this story could be the most shocking yet. Shocking yet.